Hey everybody, welcome again to another episode of J4FR Reviews, rebranded. This is the podcast where we're just talking about whatever the hell we want to talk about. So, if you don't know, some news finally dropped on the Redux version of PlayStation Plus, and Roy wanted to talk about it. Damn it.
What was that?
I'm your boy Azzy. That's my boy Roy. And let's go ahead and get into it because I know you got a lot to say, and honestly, I feel pretty settled on this subject. But go ahead and it's a rough overview over what's been dropped on the PlayStation blog.
All right, yeah. So pretty much, there's been talks for a while now that Sony was developing a Game Pass competitor. I'm not even going to say killer because at this point in the game, nothing's going to top Game Pass unless certain things happen. So finally today, Jim Ryan on the PlayStation blog, finally it's like all new PlayStation Plus launches in June with 700 plus games and more value than ever. So fucking up my computer. I'm gonna go ahead, jump ahead a little bit on the information on the new PlayStation Plus. Today we are pleased to share with you official news about changes coming to our subscription service. This June, we're bringing together PlayStation Plus and PlayStation Now in an all-new PlayStation Plus subscription service that provides more choice to customers across the 3 membership tiers globally. Our focus is on providing high-quality curated content and a diverse portfolio of games. Below is an overview of the 3 membership tiers. So, first tier being PlayStation Plus Essential, which is what we got right now. So you're still getting the free games, exclusive discounts, cloud storage for save games, online multiplayer access. So there's no changes for existing PlayStation Plus members in this tier. So the price remains the same. For monthly, it's $9.99. Quarterly, it's $24.99, and yearly is $59.99. So we finally move up the new tiers. PlayStation Plus Extra. So here's the benefits. Provides all the benefits from the essential tier, so you get the free games, the online multiplayer discounts, and stuff like that. But it adds a catalog up to 400 of the most enjoyable PS4 and PS5 games, including blockbuster hits from our PlayStation Studios catalog and third-party partners. Games in the extra tier are download for play, so these are games you can download and put onto your console, be it PS4 or PS5. The price for that is $14.99 monthly, $39.99 quarterly, and $90.99 yearly. Then we got the big tier, the PlayStation Plus Premium. Everything from the essential and extra tiers that's in here. Also adds 340 additional games, including PS3 games, available via cloud streaming. A catalog of beloved classic games available in both streaming and download options from the original PlayStation, PS2, and PSP generations. Offers cloud streaming access for original PlayStation, PS2, PSP, and PS4 games offered in the extra premium tiers in markets where PlayStation Now is currently available. Customers can stream games using PS4 and PS5 consoles and PC. And also they get time-limited game trials, which will also be offered in this tier so customers can try select games before they buy. And the price for that is $17.99 monthly, $49.99 quarterly, and $119.99 yearly. So, continuing on, the new extra and premium tiers represent a major evolution for PlayStation Plus. With these new tiers, our key focus to ensure that hundreds of games will include the best quality content that sets us apart. At launch, we plan to include titles such as Death Stranding, God of War, Marvel Spider-Man Miles Morales, Mortal Kombat 11, and Returnal. We're working closely with our imaginative developers from PlayStation Studios and third-party partners to include some of the best gaming experiences available with a library that will regularly be refreshed, I guess. More details on the games we'll have on our new PlayStation. Yeah, there'll be more details on the games. Blah, blah, blah. Yeah. So if you already got PlayStation Now, it's already going to be migrate over to the premium, I assume. So yeah, that's pretty much it. And yeah, so yeah, that's pretty much it. So we're finally going to have different tiers for PlayStation Plus now. And the only disappointing thing, I'm a little excited about, a little bit excited about. Only thing, you don't get to download the PS3 game, which I knew was going to be a problem.
Yeah, you see, you know what? Same. I mean, I was working today, so I didn't have the opportunity to read it for myself until I finally got home. But I listened to somebody else reading it off in the very same way that you just did. And when he got to talking about the PlayStation 3 games available via cloud streaming, the guy I was listening to was like, "No, the dream is dead, or at least my dream." And I completely, I guess I didn't hear him read the rest of it from that point, because when I finally got home, I got to read it for myself. It stood out to me that while, yeah, the PlayStation 3 games are still only from cloud streaming, which I've tried PlayStation Now twice, and I think I have pretty good internet, and they still play like shit. But at the
Yeah,
very least,
at least you can play.
I need to wait. Yeah, sorry, good internet privilege. But uh, but at the very least, like immediately underneath that, it's referring to download options for original PlayStation, PlayStation Plus, and PlayStation PSP generation titles. It's like, oh, so I will be able to download games from that part of the catalog. It's like, okay,
Now, see,
I'll take it when I can get it.
yeah, the PS3, like for me, being in an area that doesn't have good internet, yeah, this sucks. I still haven't got to be able to enjoy PlayStation Now. That's why I'm not even with that service at this moment. I'm like you kind of got me with some of the stuff, like some of the PS4 games you can download, but I'm really there for the PS3 games. I really want to go back, even though my PS3 is still over here. I can hook it up, but
Yeah.
do I want to do all that legwork? And yeah, I can. And I'm not saying I'm that lazy, but it's like I got a console right here that can kind of play it.
Hey, you're talking to the guy who loves to consolidate. Like, I just like you, I have a PlayStation 3 hooked up. It's the big clunky mofo that can play PlayStation and PlayStation 2 games, like first gen PlayStation 3, just sitting there waiting to be turned on. But I've been digital only for several years now, and I would love to be able to just have it all on one system.
But and that brings to another thing about this whole service. Like the price doesn't bother me, because I feel like depending on what games we're gonna get, then that's what's gonna be worth the price.
Now, yeah, that's exact. It's way too early to determine whether or not it's better than Game Pass or not. Like because
now don't get me wrong,
the price for the ultimate game for the ultimate version of Game Pass and PlayStation Extra is effectively the same.
Is it? I'm not like, because I think I'm playing like $17.99 a month or something.
Well,
whatever.
The console, if you just want it for the console, then it's $9.99. If you want the extra, like, let's see what the differences are. It's exclusive discounts and deals, play games from the cloud, free perks including in-game content and partner offers. That's part of the ultimate package, which is $14.99. To which, as far as I can tell, like, correct me if I'm wrong, but it doesn't seem like Microsoft offers any options to pay for the entire year, which, doing the math, is a way better freaking deal.
I don't think they do.
But you definitely save a lot more money with PlayStation's like yearly plans as opposed to paying month to month.
But still, we don't know what games they're going to offer. Like, I can see Eli, okay, which is interesting. They mentioned God of War in the games. You already get God of War with the PlayStation Plus Essential package. I don't know if you mess with that. There's so many games you can get for free right now.
I own so many of. I know, but I own like a majority of the games in the Essential package.
So, I mean, I can understand from people who don't own like Returnal or Death Stranding. Yeah, that's good for y'all. But for me, who's already got these games, I'm like, that doesn't seem to work for me. Yeah. And Jim Ryan's already said that don't expect day-to-day PlayStation first-party titles to be on here. I mean, I can understand that to a little degree, because you invest so much money into your studios and you wanted them to make that money back. But I for the fun of it, I would just say, you want to test it out? You want to test out how this works? Release Ragnarok for free. Try to see how that works.
Ooh.
But I don't think they're going to do it.
Big.
I don't think they're going to do it.
So big. But something that I'm actually really interested in is the limited time game trials. I feel like game demos have become something that a lot of game studios are scared of, because building a game demo is something that takes time away from developing the game. But having a time locked trial is something entirely different. You're literally just playing the beginning of the game and getting to try see if you wanted to play it.
Now,
I would experiment with a lot more games if I didn't have to spend money on determining whether or not I like them. Werewolf, Apocalypse, Earthblood.
See, now where I like, because when I see that, some people be like, "Oh, this is fucking demos," you know, they like just irregular game demos or something like that. No, let's just say, okay, me being a new person that maybe never played Mass Effect, I see Mass Effect on the PlayStation Plus Premium. Like, I can play maybe 10 hours of this. Let me download it and see if. And it's not like just the demo. I really think it's like how EA Play does their stuff, where it'd be like, hey, you can download the full game, play it for 10 hours, and then after that 10 hours, it cuts off, and you have to purchase the game if you want to continue playing. So I could see it kind of like that.
I doubt these would be 10 hours. I would say maybe 5 hours. 10 hours sounds way too long.
10 hours for EA. I think it's 10
depending
hours.
I'm just saying depending on the game, because like you could clear an Uncharted game in 10 hours if you tried.
Hey, more power to you if you can. But I mean, I expect like what they do now. When you install games, you only install specific parts, and you can play that specific part, and you'd be like, hey, you can't continue forward until you finish installing. I think it'll be like that with the game trial. Be like, oh, you can only play this one section of the level for that little trial.
But it really all depends on what the selection that is going to be available, and we're going to learn more about that as we get up to its release date. That's for sure. Because like think of the mini PlayStation. Like,
it's somewhere over here.
Most of us were extremely disappointed at the choices that they decided to give us of games that are available on that mini all-in-one PlayStation. Yeah. So it's like.
Now,
because the bottom line is that it's too soon to judge.
Yeah, it's interesting you bring that up, because I thought about that, and it's like, okay, you're talking about bringing PS1, PS2, PSP, lack of PS Vita games, but I'm not totally into the Vita games.
I was hoping that was mostly just something that was unmentioned, because the lifespan of the Vita was sadly even shorter than the PSP, and there are a couple of games on the Vita that I'd like to play. But we'll see.
But yeah, as far as that library is concerned, I hope it's not the ones that we have already. Like, I don't know if you remember back when PSP first came out and they started releasing PlayStation 1 classics up there. Like, you had Metal Gear, you had Final Fantasy. I hope it's not just those games, but like, oh, those games are still going to, like, what I'm trying to get at is like, oh, we're not going to even touch the PlayStation 1 library anymore. You already got the ones that already exist within the PS3, PSP, and the PS Vita store. I would hope they would add more titles to that, because like I'm saying, because like right now you got Final Fantasy 7, Final Fantasy 8, Final Fantasy Tactics, not Earjuice,
Final Fantasy 9,
whatever. I'm trying to get out of Final Fantasy. Resident Evil 2, Resident Evil 3, per rapid record, they got Jamalami up there. Now, throw me a curveball.
They got a lot of the big. They got a lot of the big hits. I get that, but I can still name off a ton of different games.
Well, but I'm just saying, like from what we play, like let's say, because my brother he had Die Hard trilogy. Do you expect to see a Die Hard trilogy at launch for this? No. Okay, let's bring it to PS2 games. As far as like the PS2 game libraries that you have now, like you got Dark Cloud, Max Payne, the original. Well, they did have the original Grand Theft Auto trilogy until they did the remaster.
How about this? Do Do you have access to your old library right now?
Which one for PS2?
Like if PS2 and PS3, because I could go over to my bookshelf right now. I got all of them.
I got a couple titles over here. Okay, here's an example. Okay, so day one, not just Sony PlayStation 2 titles. Can this be up there to play? Can I play this game?
Let me go ahead and grab something. Okay. Showing the wide diversity of games between me and Roy as far as what we were playing on the PlayStation 2, he pulls out SSX3, which isn't tricky. I thought you'd pull out tricky.
I gotta find the game.
I'm pulling out Suikoden 5, a classic JRPG for a franchise that sadly is locked in the Konami vault and will never see the light of day again.
Yeah,
will I be able to play that?
And that's another thing, because unless Sony got something up their sleeve with Konami, you know what I would like to see? Because it was funny, me and my one of the co-workers were talking about this, where I would like to see a Silent Hill, because the physical Silent Hill games, those are expensive.
Oh, I bet.
Yeah.
Oh, I bet.
And if I can get Silent Hill 2, Silent Hill 3, Silent Hill For the Room, those PS2 games on this service, I'd be like, hell yeah, you got me. Like, just like with the SSX, because SSX is a little bit trickier. SSX tricky. It's a little bit more trickier because you got lights and soundtracks and stuff, so it's kind of hard to pull that off. So I don't expect to see what's interesting. SSX 3 is on backwards compatibility for Xbox, so I can kind of see that being up here as well. So I wouldn't mind downloading that. As far as PSP games go, I don't remember that many PSP games. I remember you might see Wipeout games up here. It's weird because I know there's like so many Konami games. I'm like, Metal Gear.
Loco Roco?
No, that was Sony.
Or was that a Vita game?
No, it was a PSP game. Loco Roco was a PSP game. Patapon, I can see that up there. What's another PSP game that I like to play? Metal Gear Portable.
Will I be able to play Malami, Sony?
You can play that.
Will I be able to play
You can play that on the Vita now.
I ain't got a Vita no more.
Well, I can still play it. But yeah, that was like my only concern. I was like, don't just pull out your existing library that you have now with PlayStation, PS2. And the only new one would be kind of PSP games. But like, I kind of sense that with the PS Vita, because you could still download PSP games on that. Like, what game? Like, I think Mortal Kombat. Just Mortal Kombat Unchained was the only PSP game I got on the Vita. I was like, I kind of want to play that. It's kind of like choppy as shit. But I mean, like,
nonetheless,
give me Ridge Racer 5 on the PS2, because like I like to play that game. That was my first PS2 game that ever, like, I guarantee you're not gonna see Madden NFL 2000 or 2001 up here. Like, I feel like EA is gonna be the one that's like, nah, we're not gonna go through our back catalog for y'all to download shit. It's either gonna be Capcom,
PlayStation, ESPN Sports.
You're gonna have Sony's games, Konami, maybe Konami, Capcom, Namco.
Shit. I think I understand what you're saying now. You these extended libraries have been effectively unlocked on other peripherals, but you have to remember, it's like with myself, not many people that would want to do it, want to get into those older games right now, have access to a like first gen PlayStation 3, or maybe they didn't keep their PlayStation 2 or didn't get a Vita when it was on sale. Those things aren't amenable or easily accessed. So while I understand what you're saying, like for those of us that are hardcore gamers and kept these things around for an extended period of time, we already have access to it. So essentially, we're paying extra just to have it unlocked on our current system. But I can still see how a lot of people would still benefit from this. And breaking down the math real quick, because Sony offers yearly plans, if you were to go with the premium edition of PlayStation Plus and go for the $109 $119.99 yearly plan, that bakes down to $9 a month, as opposed to the bigger plan for Xbox, which is $14.99 a month. So if they can at least give a pretty decent library, it would be the cheaper option.
Yeah, I mean,
it at least have that going for it. It would at least have that going for it.
See, I'm not gonna knock Game Pass. I love Game Pass. I have not bought a single game for my Xbox in a while.
You're right. That is still like the main big thing that Game Pass is still going to have over PlayStation if they're not making new games readily available for download or stream.
And here's the other thing. I know that with PlayStation Now, there is a certain length those games are up there for. Like right now.
No, same for Game Pass.
Well, I know Game Pass, but I feel like it's a little bit longer for Game Pass than it is with PlayStation Now.
I wouldn't.
Like with PlayStation Now, Grand Theft Auto, Vice City, the remastered Vice City. I think that came out in I want to say February. You got until May to play it. So,
games used to have instruction booklets.
I don't have one. Oh no, yeah, it did.
Yeah. Jeez.
Got that new game smell.
Oh, jeez. Nonetheless, I think we can go ahead and wrap it up there. What do you guys think of the new broken down future for PlayStation Plus? Do you think you're gonna upgrade to one of the higher tiers? Are you gonna keep it down to the minimum? Are you gonna jump on the monthly or the yearly in order to save that money? Because like doing the math, it's like, why haven't I been doing it for like each year? Mm-hmm. It's like, Jesus, so much money I would have saved. Mm-hmm. Drop your comment down below, hit the like button, subscribe, hit the bell notification so you know when we're dropping more stuff. And we will see you in the next video. We will see you next time. Peace.
Deuces.